scared to death.
Let's see if we get the audio lined up. We'll mute while we adjust so you don't get the creaking noise. 2 in a row. I don't think it's been a long time since I did 2 in a row. Good Lord. New phone, who dis? You lost all your contacts again, Neil? Is that what happens when you... I need a new chair, though. That what happens when you have an iPhone? It deletes all your contacts all the time? Is that like a new feature, revolutionary, or what? Might run off half the viewers already at the beginning of the live stream, right? Yeah, chair sponsor. That's it. I don't know if you hear it. Did try a new chair from Home Depot. Not Home Depot. Office Depot? Chairs are difficult. Like you order it and it's like, you gotta go, I want to go try it out, you know? It's just like, I guess it's like one of those mail order brides. You want to go try it out first, right? Before you put the money down. So, looks like you've been sitting in it. No, it's just a cheap chair. I think but it worked out well. So we're going to do this today. I was supposed to get to the desk of things. We're going to talk about matter and thread, secret lab. And no, we're not going to talk about the skateboard. Haven't killed myself on that yet. That's grandpa and grandma. I'm slow on some of the jokes. I'm slow on my own jokes. So someone was talking in about the Lanbon. Let's see if I can pull up the Lanbon. Put my old man glasses on. Look, Jim even made it back, bro. And I did not get a chance to look at the document or the changes that they're trying to do for ESP Home. So I didn't get a chance to go look through that Discord. Maybe I'll do that this evening since I don't work tomorrow. You didn't even get a nap, huh? I wish I had time for a nap. Let's see. Let me pull this up and I'll flip screens while we let everybody. So it's like the L9. I know I ordered it before. If I can spell it right. Yeah. It was this guy. Copy, and we'll paste it over here, and then we'll flip screens. And yep, here we are. That a clear C64 behind you? Yes, it is. We can talk about that. It is something I ordered for 3 or 4 months. Let's see. Go back to this one. So here it is. Now, that's not actually it's kind of cool. They did a tape on it, and but that's actually one of the USB ports. And you'll notice the ports, they have the original. Let me flip it upside down. Flip the other way. They do have the original cartridge port, and they actually have the original disk drive ports. You got the monitor, and then there's even the user port, which was for the tape port. And then they've added these over here. What's up, Slick? And So you'll notice there's HDMI, Ethernet, and then 2 USBs. And it's fully I haven't like busted it open, but it's clear. There's LEDs in it, and you can control the LEDs, and it actually runs the original like firmware and stuff. You can put your other firmware. You don't have to like flash anything. You can see inside here these two blue things. Those are actually those zero insertion force chip sockets. If you want to put your own SIDs and SID chips, the original sound chips. But it's all FPGA, but it's fully like emulation, but yet it's actually like you turn it on and it comes up as just the blue screen. So, and it's not the blue screen of death either. There's the good blue screen. So you could actually reuse your original tape decks. You can use, it's kind of neat how the whole thing works out. You can use all the original cartridges, everything. Pretty awesome stuff. So so back to but we'll do some stuff with that. What's up? That's on. You know about this one? Yeah, she's asking about the LED light over here. See, it looks different on the camera. I had to turn it way down for the camera, otherwise it. So I guess we'll do the. What y'all want to do? What y'all want to mess with first? I guess I need to hook up my mic. Watch where you're pointing that finger. What was the poke? I used to remember a lot of the poke commands, and you could do all the different things while I fix my mic, so I can get turn on. Make sure it comes up. Yep. Sorry about that. Oh yeah, change the background color. I remember you could flicker different things. But like even like the Epix fast load. Do I have it? No, I don't have it right now. The Epix fast load cartridge will work in it, but of course you can just take a ROM and have it load the fast load cartridge out of a ROM off of the internal storage. So it's pretty flexible in what you can do. It's like it's C64 on steroids. So yeah. So I started with a Commodore 64 back when I was like 7 or 8 years old. That's where I got my nerdness, I guess. So let me flip over here. We'll turn the lights on. I'll turn the light on. Let's see. We got this mic going. Okay, yeah, I can see it. Bit bang. That almost sounds dirty. You bit bang the hardware. I guess I need the other one. Is it this one? Yeah. This one was the better view, wasn't it? Yeah. So I had a few things I wanted to kind of like go over. And then we can kind of just go from there. Let me move this other mic out the way. Let's see where we're going to start at. So I've been wanting to play with I'm trying to get into playing with some displays, and this was an ESP 32 P4, I think. I ordered a couple of them, and these for doing ESP home on them. So I think these are like touchscreen. Yeah, so they are touchscreen, and putting stuff with ESP home on them because of the ESP home new stuff in ESP home 02 from this year, I believe. There was that display. And then I ordered another one, but I figured the YAML gets pretty damn geeky. There was another one I ordered too. that I saw that was supporting. This one's a little bit bigger. This one's definitely a lot bigger. Let's see if my port will support it. It's not PoE though. I did mess around with it a little bit. There's Ethernet on the back. I wish it was PoE, but I can throw a PoE adapter. And at this one, you can be able to flash your other stuff on it as well, because it is ESP32 for this one. But we'll put ESP Home on this guy. Probably more than doing a live stream, but I could see setting this actually into the wall or something like that, where you could actually flush mount this and kind of do your own thing. I'm not 100% set on whether it should be like an Android type tablet with the actual real app or messing around with ESP Home. I'm kind of on the fence about that. I don't know what OS. That's their own OS on here. Yeah, this one's I got them off AliExpress. This one is the ESP32. So it's their own firmware. I was going to put ESP Home on them. So, but I saw some of the YAML and stuff on some of the people have been doing with them on the Home Assistant subreddit, and it's pretty like they're quite intense with I think it's like whole LVGL, I think it is, with ESP Home on doing all the different graphics and putting sensors and things to it. I want to see how make some kind of simple setups, but then I don't know if to go to that effort to put a tablet and everything in the wall or somewhere. Do I want to put the actual something I can pull up cameras? Because I've known a couple of people that have put stuff on the wall and it's like, hey, I built this nice dashboard and everything, but then I don't do anything with it except now we just put a bunch of cameras on it. So I do want to make sure I can view cameras on the things. Let me knock out. I don't know if y'all have seen the new 3rd generation. They were talking about it in oh, look, I got another damn touchscreen. Hold up. Look, I forgot to order this one. Is a wave. Yeah, I'm sure you've heard of Wave Share, but this one you can actually see. It does have the ESP32 P4 on it, and then there's another ESP chip up top. Which one's that one? Hold up. I can hold it steady without. That's the C6. So has 2 ESP32s. Yeah, because you got the battery on it for a real-time clock and stuff. There's actually, you can hook up speakers. There's SD card, micro SD card. There's actually a camera thing you can plug into. We can see if we can get this going. Let's see if it'll just power up at least. Oh, I didn't know this was broke. They broke my deal. That's not any good. I made so looks like the same operating system that was on that other one. I guess I can resolder that. It just came unsoldered. What it looked like. Yeah, it just came unsoldered. I'll solder that back with the heat gun. So this one, I guess there's there's a little operating system that comes with it. Not sure what operating system that is. So I want to play around with that one. So that's why I bought 3 of them, different ones to kind of see what I want to do. And then I guess it's the year of the displays for me, because then this company also contacted me and like, hey, you want to try this one out? It's an e-ink display. I haven't tried out much with it yet. I think it's cloud-based, but then they have supposed to have a Home Assistant integration with it. Like, I haven't even opened it. Very, very light. So it's an e-ink display. So nothing color or touchscreen. I don't think it's touchscreen like the others. Connect your phone, connect it to scan the QR code. Yeah, so I'd have to add this to the Wi-Fi and everything like that. Looks like there's USB-C on the back. I haven't messed with it yet, so yeah. So they're supposed to have. Oh, so you can. Okay. Looks like the price tag at Kohl's. Yes, there's a bigger there. Remember, I had the SwitchBot one. So like, that's cool. You turn it off, and it stays. You know, because it's e-ink, it stays on. There is bigger ones. So I remember the SwitchBot ones. There's also a Seed has one. I did play around with this one. It is cloud cloud out the box, but it's a color one. Owen, you probably put Home Assistant on it, but this one is a low resolution color display. So you can see when I was messing with it in February. I haven't charged it since then. Looks like it's dead. So I don't being Seed. I want to see if we could do something with Home Assistant with that one. That would be pretty cool. This one would be cool to put different graphics on it, update. I know Seed usually has like a bunch of tutorials and stuff like that. But the crux of everything, I do want to see if we can flash the Lanbon for ESP Home. I want to play around with the Aqara display switch. There is, oh, this is the mat. No, this is their Third Reality has a new Zigbee plug. It's a 3rd gen. Yeah, the Gen 3. So Third Reality has a Gen 3 plug. What's neat about these is, first of all, I thought this was kind of cool. Was they're now putting their Works with Home Assistant logo on things, since I guess they did join that. And the cool part about this one, I know they were talking about in the Discord today, is even during firmware upgrades and everything, it is Zigbee. But during the firmware upgrades, it won't cycle the relay. Kind of like the old days of doing S31s when upgrading Tasmota and ESP Home. So it doesn't cycle the relay. So if you're like have servers or 3D printers on it, you won't have that issue. It is power monitoring, single channel, but with no cycling of the relay. But it's not like the really good one was, remember the Atham ones I covered way back, probably a year ago, these are really better for doing that. There's no relay. And those are the Atham plugs. So really, I really wish that Third Reality, maybe I can bug Third Reality, that they've gone this far, is let's do a Zigbee power monitoring plug with no relay at all. That way we can have we can need no flash firmware on it, anything like that, but do no relay at all, no relay to fail in a small thing. Maybe I can bother them because I've tried to bother Shelly many times, but they don't seem to want to make one without a relay. They don't see the the niche of that. I guess is you could put it like I would want to put it like say behind a refrigerator, a freezer, washer, or gas dryer with no relay. Say for your servers, 3D printers, where you're not wanting anything to fail. You don't want a relay to fail at all because it's just Murphy's law that relay on that refrigerator is going to fail when you're on vacation somewhere. Um, what is this? Oh, that was the presence sensor. We talked about that one. Um, we talked about. I don't know if we'll get into the AI hub. That's a rock chip hub. Um, oh, and Charge. Seems like everybody's making these today. Is they've made a another battery pack with. I don't think you can replace the cells on the bottom, but this one's supposed to be a 140 plus 140 watt plus 20 watt output on the side of it. Then you can scroll through menus and see the it's got LEDs on it. I've turned to LEDs because it got annoying. It has like these rainbow LEDs on it, but that's from Charge. But it's like everybody's making battery packs. The one thing I got a problem with the battery packs is once the batteries go dead, like this, you have a bad cell. You got to throw the whole thing out. I would want to I'd want to replace. You know, like I wish they would have user serviceable because you can get these cells. Those are just regular cells. So, I don't know if I can do the menu upside down. There's the. Let me see if I can turn the light out. Yeah. So there's like the wattage and everything. Let's see if I can if it'll start charging on one. No, it's not going to start. Maybe it's not going to charge on my. There it goes. So that's just a little showing the charge. That's the USB. There's like meters and everything. If you like the power curve, you can change. Well, then the menu gets very confusing. I'm not going to sit here and press the menu, but you can see it does have like those little LEDs and stuff. I thought that was it was kind of a neat little one. It's supposed to be airline safe on the size and everything. But again, I want to replace my own cells. Yeah, it's like it just seems like I've bought those before and they'll last like a couple years and then like it just won't hold a charge anymore. Or it'll get down to 20% and then poof, it's gone. So, um, what else? So let's get into. I wanted to play with this real quick because the Aqara one, and then we'll get into try to flash the Lanbon. And for y'all unless y'all have some other ideas to mess around with. It could be the year of the infrared, Hef. That's the new thing, right? At Home Assistant, all the new infrared proxies. So let me back out here. So Aqara has Aqara, however you want to say it. This is a display switch. I'm curious to see. It is thread. They do the same thing with the works with Home Assistant. Can we change the display on Home Assistant though? That's what I'm curious of. No neutral wires. Wait, no neutrals in the wall at all. How do you have plugs? No neutrals on the lights? Are you talking about smart switches? Yeah. Okay. You can't grab a neutral from a nearby plug or something like that. Yeah. I've run into that once or twice. It just seemed like I have don't have that in my area. I've always, even older houses have seemed to have neutrals. Thank God. So what are we doing here? We got two loads, the neutral. I can deadhead these on the side in my Wago connectors, so they're not. Knob and tube. Is that where you go up in the attic and they just have the little wires that run through on the knobs and they're just bare wires? Yeah. I've been in, there was a house, my grandmother's house. I think it was built like in the early 60s. It was aluminum wiring, but they did have neutrals. So let's see what this does. Is it touchscreen? It is. Press the Aqara to adjust the screen. What's Aqara? What? Oh, okay. Okay, so which way is it? And then it wants you to scan on the Matter network. 1922. I bet you that has some fun things with it, right? So I doubt this is going to be Zigbee. Yeah, see, look, I'm getting the scan thing on the phone. I got this camera on, OG. Huh? Yeah, I'm kind of curious to see how the screen works. So I'm going to set it up with, if you haven't done any of the thread stuff, you have to use your phone. Integrations, add integration, add Matter device. No, it's new. Well, before I do that, I want to see if Aqara picks it up. Hold up. You gonna entertain people or something? Let's see. I don't want to scan the Matter stuff though. You ready to add Matter devices? So typically the Aqara, why I want to check the Aqara is typically like some of the other light switches. You in some of the different devices, you could use the app via Bluetooth to change the firmware to Zigbee or Thread back and forth, and you just use the app. But I don't think this actually has Zigbee, so it's just going to be Thread. It's not showing it would change. Um, I don't see anywhere that it says it is Zigbee at all. Thread, Thread. Nope, I don't see where it is. I'm just looking for something else. Is it this one? Yeah. See, this is what I'm looking for. On this particular, let the light adjust. On this particular Aqara one, as you can't see it, but see, look right. It actually has on the back. It talks about being Zigbee. You got it's Bluetooth, Thread, or Zigbee. So that's just going to be a Thread device. I guess it makes sense. Let's get it scanned in. Well, add matter, add integrations, add matter device. No, it's new. We'll scan it. I'm ready. My wife gonna text me some dirty pictures. Network connecting. Hopefully, this is sometimes where it'll. We'll see. We'll just see. I'm not gonna jinx it. Jim said, "Hey, you saw that? Network. Look, device connected. Boom, boom." And let's jump to connect to the carrier to unlock more functions. It wants me to connect it to the hub. They have a button. Wonder what all you can do with it. Interesting. What does hold up, let me get right here. Oh, I forgot they could see you on there, dude. Huh? Let's see. Integrations. Let's see, matter. Is it shop light? Wall switch? Yeah, there it is. Yeah. So kind of what I expected. I'm gonna have to probably pair it with their app to use the hub, and then like dual pair it with their hub and then with Home Assistant. I don't know if I want to go through all that on the stream. I prefer mess with an ESP home switch. Why is there like 11 buttons? I guess that's, yeah, that's the, let me turn this camera back on. Is it this one? Yeah. So watch when I press, you got buttons on the screen that you can trigger events. You can use share devices, send it over to Aqara. I think you can. I don't have the Aqara hub right now, though. That's the problem. So, yeah, because you don't want to reset it, but you can share it to another device. I have the Aqara hub disconnected because I'm just not using it. So I had to go set that back up. I guess you can probably add more buttons. Oh, look, there's some things. Home, brightness, sound settings, screen rotation, button mode. Oh, and that turns it off. Okay. That's kind of neat that you've got. I guess you could, because you can do on the touch screen, you can change more of the stuff. I'll see what the, how much is this thing? That's the big question. Aqara, what is the model number on that? S100? Probably like $100 light switch. Oh, it's $80. It's not I know Veli priced. Well, I don't think it's on sale. They got bad reviews. Uh-oh. What's the bad reviews, bro? We gonna read the bad reviews. You got to get past the ones where all the videos everybody says it's the best and go buy it. Look, it looks like Neil. Decoupled switch mode, not the same. Support is, see, that's someone using it for the app. I assume what is wireless mode? Does not affect the wired. Breaking software updates, limited toggle and scene. It lacks dimming capabilities and vault. That was never a thing. The switch stop key connected to the hub and 2 other matter. Okay. Maybe that was is one of y'all in here, Andrew. So I'll mess around with it. In the yeah, I'll mess around with it. I don't know. It's an $80 light switch, but I wish you could change some of the stuff in through Thread. I want you to see my review. You just buy the smart toilet instead. That's what they want you to buy over here, right? That's right. The Can Nest. Is that Canadian Nest? Smart toilet with built-in bidet, ADA, intelligent temp, foot sensor orientation. Look, it's a big spring sale for $500. Did you leave a review on this one, Neil? Look, it's upgraded. Custom cleaning. Are certified by UL. Bull. I guarantee. He says he's on it now. I guarantee that thing is not UL listed. Oh, look, see? Is there any reviews on it? You gotta have some reviews on it. Look, there we go. We got some reviews. It's a very good product. I heard it was shitty. I'm getting too loud on that mic. Why'd they put it on a box? I mean, they left it in the box. How do they say it's a good product? They left it in the box. A great electric smart toilet. Okay. Multiple issues. It's a ripoff. This person says. Oh, hold up. What's wrong with it? I don't see what's wrong with it. It's a ripoff. The plumber is able to jig the wires. Okay. Yeah, look, y'all got us down a big rabbit hole of looking at toilets now. It's not listed certified. Would this plug in? Well, I don't know if y'all. Well, I'll mess with that another time. The rest that light switch is kind of neat though. I do like the screen on it. That you could push buttons. It beeps. I don't know if you can hear it beeping, but that'd be cool because it does 2 loads, and then you can do 2 other events off of it. So like you could trigger something else. I don't. That would be kind of neat if they had where you could tap and hold dimming, but I guess maybe they could update the firmware. I'll have to mess around with that. That would be cool, like volume buttons too, like up and down. But that's kind of slow the way it beeps. That's more for like lights or like some like curtains or something. So, but having Home Assistant, you can just toggle it right in. So let's look at the Lanbon. Look, you gonna work this? Hit not this. Room and fate. Look, I should have them labeled right, huh? That one. Yeah, so there is, let me I don't think there's any pages per se. Can they see it on there, OG? Should I zoom in? It just had, so that was like the sound setting, there's settings, brightness, icon settings, standby. There has to be proximity activation. That's a rotation. I guess you put it, what's button mode? Select mode for button. 1 switch, 2 switch, dual mode, standard mode. Can you change? I don't want to reset it. Let's see. What firmware version? I'm trying to read this upside down. Settings. Nope. Oh, there is. Look. So you do have, you can slide to the side, slide to the left, slide to the right, right? Yeah. So those changing on that Home Assistant screen? Yep. So yeah, that's the other, but they have up to button 10 or 11. So you could record a lot of stuff, remote control a lot of stuff. It's kind of neat. And does it come up as a crisscross? Does it come up as, it says thread device type unknown. It should be a border router though. And it does have the power draw and the energy of probably the combined load. So it is power monitoring. Kind of neat. I mean, it's not, I would say not terrible for $80. Hit the room, that one. I say not terrible for $80, so it's interesting. And I guess you could, the proximity, I like the proximity thing. That is pretty cool. I could see using that. We'll have to find a spot for that, OG. For the Switch. Yeah, definitely pretty cool for $80. I'll have to plug it up to the. I may actually do some more coverage on it. I'm just trying to think of a spot to put it that I have two things. I guess you don't have to do two things. I don't know if it's in. It just says proximity screen activation. That's all it says. Yeah, just Bluetooth and Thread. It does say Wi-Fi. Interesting. Max load is 10 amps. So I would have liked to have seen it to be 15, but maybe shove it in the box. Let me put these smart plugs up. What you want to do messing with next? How much time we got? We only got 15 minutes left. Holy shiznit. I was trying to get through. I haven't messed with this yet. There's the big light blasting. I want to put the new G400 doorbell. But it's a baby monitor.
It looks like
it's supposed to be Wi-Fi, but then have local stuff, and then they have a new. What I'll probably do is mess with the camera. They're supposed to have the new camera hub, and Owen thinks it looks like a baby monitor because of the little cat thing. I gotta open it. If we go over our hour, that's fine. It's my freaking live stream. I gotta look at this thing. Is it really silly looking? Can you take the little antlers off of it, or what? Or the bunny ears? So Kayla's messed with it. The Lanbon. We'll look at it. I just got to see this. I'm not gonna dig into it. Is it really silly? Can I take the ears off of it? Can I take this off? And just have, okay. It's not, okay. That's a little bit better. Okay. I don't understand the need. Yeah, I guess it's for a kids. You can have a kids room. But it's supposed to be a Matter thread deal too. Camera hub. I want to mess around with it and see kind of what support. Um, it. Yeah, I don't know. Huh? It does look like a robot. But look, now it's a cute robot, right? It took the rubber off. So I'm gonna mess around with that, and then. But the thing I've had issues with the Aqara is camera system. They always want you to have to submit to doing their cloud and paying for stuff. That's what I have issues with. Huh? So let's tear into the Lanbon. That's what I wanted to get into. So what revision are we looking for, Caleb? It's actually pretty. Look, it's got the Tuya logo on it, huh? Kenny from South Park. That's right. So can we just pop it open and see? I'm looking for my spudger. Here it is. Probably can open right here without. Yep. That's a good pop. Like popping in the morning. Let's see if I can not break the screen on live stream, right? All right, what are we looking at here? We have ESP32. What's this other chip over here? That the screen controller? Is the Wi-Fi? That's interesting. Is it two Wi-Fis? Because there's two IPX. Is there a revision on the board? That's what I'm looking for. Is this what we're looking at the top up here, Caleb? That you've messed with them? 3 point, was that 3v3 or that just actually going off of the date? So I know that there's a pin header off here. I want to say it was the pin header off of here. Open hash. Yeah, so I got a reflection on the thing. So I wanted to see what. Now I want to pull up the pictures. I've seen it on. What's the secondary chip though? That's the thing. Yeah, it's a big honking ESP32. Let's see. Because I saw it. I saw someone did something on ESP Home devices. Is there a search? Or was there's the L9? Did they have pictures on here? Oh, it's different. Is this the one you had? So we may not be able to do this one. Because I was looking at this one. They've changed the whole thing. How'd you flash yours? Did you? Because I want to say they had. Oh, look at the. Oh, there's Oh, you failed at trying? Where's did they have a picture of the I thought it had, like, open pin headers on it. So this is a newer model. Oh, that's gonna be a whole different chip because this you can see it was there they were all it's gonna be a whole different config. Hmm, that's depressing. I was looking at, yes, look at where you had an open house discussion that was actually on you got a link? I don't know if you can post links in the chat or you can send me something on, Discord. Yes, exactly. Let me see something. Mm, yeah. Okay, here we sent it. Let's see. Yep. They had the same guts. And see, this is the older one. Yeah, but at what expense did they yeah, I don't have time to go through all that. There's the 3v3 and they put open halves on it. There's the 3.2. Yeah, that's a big build of I was just hoping to throw easy ESP home. Oh, they got it with ESP home? That's someone's trying to do I had it working for OpenHasp. Did they get it working with the ESP home though? That was the thing. I wondered. Oh, the older builds. Cause I think I saw um oh, it was months and months. It was several months ago. I saw some people on Reddit talking about the land bonds. And then I went and looked at ESP home devices and I was like, oh look, there it is. And I was like, cool, I'll get me one. Well, I made it putting I had the working oh, so I went to take some photos and differentiate it. In the meantime, here's my you'll have to remove the A. Did they get it working? Is it what is it ESP it's ESP32 16 meg. What display they use though? SPI display. Does that other chip screw around with it though? So they did get it working. What's the other freaking chip for then? I guess just for Bluetooth and stuff? Well, maybe there is hope yet. Hmm. That's a beast though. Hmm. Okay. I know. It's 485 lines, this ESP home YAML. Um, yeah, I'll take a close-up picture. I will do that and post it in the Discord um, before I close anything back up. I was hoping to kind of flash it in because it looks like a lot of YAML. The 5, I'd like to get 3 or 4 buttons. Can you post on how to see, it's kinda what I would like want to do something like that, just some simple buttons and have something on the display. So, but I did wanna before we like j get rid of stuff, I did wanna talk about something right quick is, the thread stuff, and I think we're gonna probably have to go in another maybe we'll have to do another stream. I'm just thinking about another stream to do that one. It was if you basically, let me show you this. I know I just saw what time it is, which I'm trying to hold to the hour, but I've got a lot to digest on the Lanbon switch. Make the determination: can we actually flash it with the 3v3 and get something? That's kind of like what my goal is right there to get something like that. So with ESP Home, yeah, yeah, that it is. I mean, that's what they're defining a lot of the layout and stuff. Like there's here's just the display. The touch screen is I squared C. These are just sensors. There's a pulse meter, total daily energy. I don't need that. Um, I guess they're doing. Oh, these are all their sensors they're bringing in. They're doing daily. They're putting their. Okay, I get it. They're bringing in their power for their sensors to draw out like the air quality, how many kilowatt hours they've used for the day, etc. Um, it's kind of slick, but I would like to see like, hey, how many kilowatt hours do we use for the day and stuff like that. So, but I guess that's where I was getting with the display. It's like small, large, ever and big, and then, but it's like sometimes the is it easier just to go with a full Android tablet and then do what you want to do with just regular dashboards and throw things on it. It is. I know this is fun and everything, but it's like a lot of time consuming. So, but it is a small device. You don't have to cut things in the wall. You can just use one of your existing light switch sockets. Um, Before we went, I wanted to show something that was pretty damn slick. And I know nobody picked up on it yesterday's. I'm pulling up my other stuff behind the scenes. I need to get an IP address. Um, is it 104 109? Oh, where's it at? Hang on. It's gonna be wired. There it is. 9215. It's what I've been waiting for. Yeah, it does look like the old Windows Mobile. Is this right here? Have y'all? I know y'all seen. I know y'all seen like these, right? Y'all seen like the power over Ethernet, SM hub, either Zigbee stuff, and they had the dual one. Well, there's another one been playing with that it actually has a full operating system on it of Linux. And the cool part is to get around all the mess with trying to run thread and OTBR. is you can run actually on this is the Nano MG24 is I don't know if it's for sale yet because I tried to go buy another one and they're like, oh, well, yeah, but we'll just send you another one because I want to try doing multiples. But you can actually run open thread on this thing. And then, so it's great for, were you saying like, what's it for? Is it makes it super easy. Think of it like you've got the thread radio and then you've got Zigbee, like and the app runs actually on the same device. And then it's just power over Ethernet, and then you just point HA at it, and so you'll notice that in my thread, that now there's an open thread border router right here. Yeah, why can't instead of a USB, why can't it be an Ethernet? They did make this honking looking router thing, but I didn't like it. It was just too much in one thing. I just unplugged it. That's why I guess SM Lite. They did make this honking like hub. Oh, look, there's a SM. Yeah, maybe I should do a thing like that, right? Or is it the SM hub? I think it is. Yeah, they did make this guy, but I didn't want to do all that like in one thing. Like it's supposed to run like Zigbee or MQTT broker, Z-Wave, all this stuff. Like that's a little too much for me. I don't want to put all my eggs in one basket. That's why I did like to see this, where I could just run open thread actually on that one by itself. So I guess I wanted to see is well, maybe we'll do I'm supposed to get a package from somebody that sent me some devices for my Kia. I know a lot of people have had issues with some of the IKEA thread stuff. Maybe I'll see if I can use OG's phone and we'll do it on another thread network on a virtual machine or something. So, yeah, that what initiative? The HA yellow and green is done. They need to make an N1. I think weren't they coming out with another one or something it's supposed to be? But I guess maybe the whole CPU chips and DDR5 and 4 issues all kind of threw that for a loop. Yeah, so you can run all this other stuff on that same but I'm not interested in running that stuff on that same on that USB stick. Not U well, I guess Ethernet stick. So I thought it was cool to be because trying to run in container, trying to run the thread stuff in container is a mess. This makes it stupid simple where anybody can come in here, whether they're running like Proxmox or doing a VM or doing whatever, they can come in here, throw this device on their network, put open thread on it. It runs thread. You can put multiples in your network, have multiple open thread border routers, point your home assistant to it, and boom, you're done. It just makes it very stupid simple for doing that one USB, not USB, but it's power over Ethernet using the little the SM Hub Nano MG26. So it actually runs like a little Linux core on it. Just pretty slick. So they just did the stuff for Open Thread on the recent firmware upgrade. The dongle comment. So I've gone over 4 minutes. So look, let's do that. Let's do I'll Saturday. Let's see if I can if I get back because I have to go on a 6-hour drive for a funeral. See if I can get back in time on Saturday, or I might have to do it Sunday, just depending on what time. I'll post in Discord what's going on, and see if I could do that for Saturday, but it might be Sunday. I'll get that package, and then we can try to do like threads coverage of things. So, and maybe we can do a bunch of QA stuff or something after it, because I felt like we didn't do anything. And an hour is just so short to go over things. I tried to go over things really quickly, but maybe we want to dive in, find a subject to dive into for an hour. And that would be, maybe that'll just be what it is, the thread thing. Maybe I can get a hold of that. What y'all think? I'll change my mic back to my other good mic. And thanks, Caleb, for sending all of the stuff. So, all right. Well, let me go, and we will tentatively do Saturday, do some thread stuff. I think it's a good thing. No, the hour thing, because I heard from a number of people. They're like, "Hey, I don't want to do a 2-hour stream or whatever. It's just too long." So I don't know. We'll try to maybe maybe I'll do like an hour and a half streams. I think hour is a little too short, but I can easily go for like 2 or 3 hours. I think those are really long. The one last night we did was pretty cool. It doesn't like burn me out. The 3-hour tour. Um, yeah, we could go on tour for a while. Of all the things unfinished, just in this one room. So, um, so let's do that. Let's do thread. We're gonna do thread stuff either on Saturday night or Sunday night. We'll do that. Is there any like football games or anything you have for Sunday night? I know it's not football season, so, but all right. Well, let's plan on that. Look around in Discord. I'll let you know kind of what tentatively my timeline, because I may not get back in time on Saturday. I got to go to Beaumont, Texas, and for a funeral. And so then supposed to run back in the same day. So, all right. Well, y'all have a good evening. You had the ballet on Sunday. Oh, damn, man. I got tap dancing too on Sunday morning, right? So, UFL game. All right. Well, y'all take it easy. And thanks for watching this little jump through of things. And yeah, we'll do some thread stuff on Saturday or Sunday. Look out for the Discord, or I will just try to schedule it on YouTube as well. So I appreciate it. Peace. Sarah's like, nope. It's a little deeper in the middle. I'll be crossing the rock. Sarah. Sarah. Sarah.
It's super hard to cross.
Sarah. Owen.
Someday you'll know. Someday